So right now I'm going to do a different version of a video I just made, which is about the Hawaiian Prayer, about the Cancer new moon, and we have some retrogrades that happened, so there's a lot of stuff that could have happened that you guys may be feeling the effects from. Whether it be the retrograde that was in May 27th to June 22nd, or which is in Gemini, or the Cancer new moon, which is a very emotional sign. Take a quick drink of water. So, like I said, I did a fuzzy mic cover version with the fuzzy sounds and a whisper. But this one is for anybody who might want more detail and to be able to hear it. But hopefully this is soft spoken enough for you. If not, check out the other one, okay? So basically, the Cancer sign is that of family, emotions, friendships, your assets, your house, financial things like that, but mainly emotions. I have a lot of Cancers in my family. My daughter, who just turned 1, she's a Cancer sign. So basically, I'm going to back up from the mic a bit so that I can make sure I'm not being too loud. And maybe some of you are watching this and you want to see me smile. So you can smile back at me, right? So, welcome all my new subscribers, and thank you to all my old subscribers. I'm very excited. As you know, I'm a Reiki practitioner, about to be a level 2. And the Cancer new moon, I'm just going to give you an example of what happened to me. Now, this is not bashing on anyone, because the whole purpose of this is to teach you how to heal, and it is no matter what you think. If you are the victim, if you think that you did wrong and you have guilt, or you think you're both at fault, even if you feel like the victim, there could be something that other person is hurting, and there's this bad energy lingering between the two of you. And as long as it lingers, then you're going to probably be feeling it bubbling back up, unless if you acknowledge it, okay? So this Cancer new moon brought about, for example, for me, some things with 2 family members that there were some issues, and it all came to the surface, like all came up. And it feels like a horrible thing at first, but in honesty, it is a time for you to realize that you both need to make a change. If it's family or a friend, or if it's a financial thing, you need to make a change. It's about realization of those things, of these relationships, and taking a better look at ourselves. Okay, guys? We need to take a better look at ourselves. So basically, I was having a very hard time with what had happened between someone I loved very dearly. Do I have love in my heart for this person in my family? Of course I do. But right now, I just wish her the best. And I'll be getting into this prayer in a minute. But like I said, I've seen on Instagram a lot of people are going through this similar thing with a new moon in Cancer that started on, it was on July 9th. So now we're going into a new moon and it's waxing and it's going to be a full moon if you're not quite sure exactly how that works. Okay. So basically, I talked to my Reiki master teacher and she did some cord cutting and taught me cord cutting. I'm going to explain that briefly. We are all energy and we have ties with people. Different cultures and religions, spiritual beliefs have different words for it, such as spiritual ties. I've been told in Christianity. As you guys may know, I'm a Christian, but I do not like being tied into a box. I've been told by Christians I'm not a Christian. I just don't like being tied into a box. But I believe in Jesus. Okay? So, and if you don't, I respect you. So, basically, she taught me cord cutting, and we are all made up of energy, and anyone we come in contact with, we can end up having this cord. Some people have thicker cords, some have thin cords. An ex-boyfriend or girlfriend who meant a lot to you, there's going to be a thicker cord. And if it ended badly or it was a bad relationship, it's going to have exactly what you think. It's going to have a thick, bad cord, and those memories, you might find them keep coming back. So cord cutting, which is something I don't know how to do, is basically cutting those cords through meditation. I help guide you, and that's what my teacher did for me. And you basically sear the wound of the cord and heal it. So you cut the cord, you open it up, and you heal, and then it's like stitching it back together and making sure it heals. Okay, so basically she did that for me. And I mentioned some other things in the other video, but I'm going to keep this one a little bit more simplistic. So she also told me about the Hawaiian Prayer of Forgiveness, or the Hawaiian Prayer. I think you can just look it up as the Hawaiian Prayer. And I may butcher this, but it is called Ho'oponopono. And it is an ancient prayer that is very super simple. It goes like this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, if I'm the victim here, why do I need to say I'm sorry? Why do I need to say, please forgive me? Why do I have to tell them thank you and I love you? Well, because those are positive things, and no matter what, there's this energy that lingers between the two of you with a fight. There could have been a past, maybe a feeling that they had from the past where you upset them and they never mentioned it. It could be just you don't know their point of view. It could be anything really, but this is you basically saying, you know what, I will put out the good energy. I will eliminate this bad energy because I do not like it affecting me. It is hurting me. And that's what I did. So she told me about this prayer and I did a lot of research on it, and it's actually really cool. And I will tell you honestly, it is something you want to meditate on. In Hawaii, I'm not sure, but I believe they do it in groups, and then you can also do it on your own. It is a prayer. In Reiki, I have to get your permission to give you Reiki. energy. However, a prayer you can just say, and you can wish someone well or wish them to be blessed. Okay? So let's get back into this, because some people may not understand and I didn't understand at first when my teacher told me. She said it's simple, and she said it, and I was like, why should I have to say sorry? I feel like I've done everything for this person, But then I thought about it, and I was like, it doesn't matter, because I am cutting those cords. I am cutting them off in my life with love, because they need to work on themselves and I need to work on myself, and it's as simple as that. And maybe she's feeling a certain way about something and she needs to look inside of herself, and I know I am feeling a certain way and I am looking within. And so hopefully that energy on my side, I feel like, has felt much better, because I say it like a mantra. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And they typically say it about 7 to 8 times. Your power comes from acknowledging this prayer. The energy between you and the other person always lingers until you acknowledge it. So if you want peace, you acknowledge it on your behalf. I apologize, I am reading from some notes here. So if you want peace, you acknowledge on your behalf. This cuts the energy from you, and because it's a prayer, the other person decides how they will take it. They may not know that you prayed for them, but it's the prayer and the good energy is out there, and it depends on them, on how they take it, okay? So this is good for, this is a good prayer for her, and it's absolutely a positive, good energy prayer. That is why it is so powerful, because we don't realize what we do sometimes or how someone else hurts. So it's a very powerful prayer, taking responsibility. It's good for guilt, ill memories, shame, ill will, and negative thoughts. And that can come a lot when you are hurt by someone that you loved dearly or you love dearly. Okay? No matter who they are. So, I may have mentioned this, but this is very important, because hurt feelings tend to bubble back up later. It is very important that you acknowledge them. And you need to with attention and intention. Okay? You have to have the right intention. So, just know that if there's anything inside of you that needs to be worked on, as there is me, then you definitely need to acknowledge that and say things with intention, because nobody is perfect and we all should be working on ourselves. We can be better people for the people that we care about, and we can heal our past, we can enjoy our present, and we can attract great things in the future. So now I'm going to talk about a Dr. Lin you can look up, and I'm actually going to try to put his link to his video in my description, but you can look him up. He went to a mental hospital to work there. He told them that he could help them because they were overwhelmed, I believe. At the mental hospital, the paint would not stick to the walls. The patients were on medication. They were in there for serious mental illnesses, and they were in shackles or in solitary confinement. I believe I said the plants were not growing and the paint didn't stick on the walls. That's pretty bad. That shows some bad energy. And I don't know, this is a scientific fact that plants can actually, they can detect energy too, because if you play classical music, they'll grow better. And if you play death metal, they literally can die. You know? So, that's science. So, basically, this helps. Dr. Lin went there and they told him they wanted him on payroll. So he went in and he had his own office and he looked through the patient's files. And he seen, all of them. And he started to say the prayers, I believe, with their files. Then he went and worked with the patients one-on-one, saying this prayer. They were healed from the burdens. They were healed. They were taking responsibility for things. They were working on themselves. And, basically, life is an inside job. So the way this prayer works is, you're also working on yourself. And that's very important. Which leads me to another subject of healing. If you're really needing it right now because you've been through some rough times, whether it be because of this astrology, new moon that happened on July 9th, whether because in general, if you don't believe in astrology, something happened to you and you're very upset and you're suffering, you need to love yourself too. You can say that prayer for yourself. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. I think I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I'm working right along with you guys on myself and becoming my best self. So I'm right here with you. Okay? And I love you. And if you're part of my page, I'm so thankful for you. And I hope you comment. I don't get very many comments, but I appreciate them more than you guys know. Or even emails or following me on my Instagram, which I always leave links to. So, another thing we need to do is look at ourselves in the mirror and say, I love you. I know how hard that can be, believe it or not. Almost every human being on this earth at some point or has trouble loving themselves because we're not really built for an environment that does. So, because of that, we really need to love ourselves and say, I love you. And there's another thing. We need to look at the inner child. If we had a bad childhood or, a bad past, in our subconscious minds in the back, there is that small child that you once were, that you need to tell them that you love them. And you need to tell them that everything is going to be okay. Because I am an adult now. Tell yourself that. I am an adult now. And I am in control. And even if I'm scared, I will get through it. And regardless, you have me, you guys, okay? So, you tell that inner child or that anxiety whenever it pops up. You need to talk to your anxiety as if it's a part of you, because it is. And tell that anxiety, you know what? Why are you here? What are you anxious about? And tell them, there's no reason to be anxious. Going into a store, it's just a store full of other people who are probably just as anxious as I am, half of them. Or, just work on it. Talk to your sadness, talk to your anger. Look deep for why you're angry. Is it an ego thing? Is it because of that child that you need to talk to inside of you? That child that you once were? Talk to that child and reassure them that everything is going to be okay. Alright? And that is a couple first steps that you can take. So I'm going to repeat this a couple of times. This Hawaiian prayer, forgiveness or healing. I believe it's forgiveness or healing. You can look it up pretty easily. And it's simple. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now you can say this prayer over and over and over again to yourself to help yourself heal and love yourself. Forgive yourself. Be good to yourself. You can say it for any enemies that you have right now. Say it 7 to 8 times. Say it with intention. There are also other videos on YouTube there. They repeat the prayer over and over like a mantra. When you meditate, you can say it over and over again. You can fall asleep listening to it, but I also recommend with attention and intention that you do it during the day, okay? So, this prayer is said to be very powerful when you really go deep within. And I highly recommend you look up Dr. Lin of Hawaii. Because he has more videos explaining a lot more. Reiki, I believe in Hawaiian is called mana. So, it's very interesting. So, I want you all to know that I love you. Okay? Doesn't matter if I don't know you. I love you. And if these aren't your type of videos, I hope you at least find them somewhat relaxing. Or you definitely, get to me and tell me what you like. Now it's time for you all to go to sleep. So, remember this prayer. Ho'oponopono. It's, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Okay. Good night, guys. And we are going to work on this together if you've been having a hard time, okay? I hope this helped. I really do.